This is a First Alert Weather Special Report.
As promised, we are back. It's 1 o'clock Eastern. So if you're watching around the country and you're watching in Southern California and you're saying, wow, it's a lot warmer here, you are correct. So I do appreciate this. We have, and you can see it right there. Right there. You've got the wind chill right now. I'm looking at that. Oh, the wind chill in Monticello right now is 19 degrees below zero. So the area in this dark, rich blue, that's an extreme cold warning because we're seeing wind chills at 5, 10, 8, 15, 22, possibly 30 degrees below zero. Right now, wow, even in the city, the wind chill is 7 degrees below zero. You head up into parts of Rockland, Westchester, you're at 12 below zero. Out on the island, you know, I mean, you've still got a few flakes floating by for Suffolk, where it's 4 degrees below zero. Jersey Shore, 5, 10 degrees below zero. Obviously, the wind, a key component in this. And the wind is an issue because winds at 25, 35, 45 miles an hour, stuff is flying around. So that also means that you've got to stay covered up. Want to just check out some of the winds, and a great way to do that is these live cameras. So this is the Empire Cam on the Empire State Building, and look at this thing really shaking and baking. So I'm working with Director Scott, producer Claire, and we're just saying, you know, I just like to do like a round robin of these cameras because it tells you can see a few things. First off, the movement of the camera. There's something called the planetary boundary layer, where when you go up away from, you know, where we live, the wind actually will intensify and behaves a little differently. But also the friction of the city will make that wind very capricious at elevation. So, you know, you're at 20, 30, 40, 50 feet up, not 50 feet, 50 stories up, you can see this kind of wind. And look at all the exhaust from all the buildings, how it's just kind of sheared away. It's just screaming out there. Okay, some other cameras now. Want to go to the Tappan Zee. Now, one other thing I want to point out to you, because you're nice enough to spend some time with us. See, even this one's shaking a little bit. It's clearly the mounting of the camera is not as exposed as the camera on the Empire State. I know that in about an hour, they're going to start putting some restrictions on the bridges as far as empty 18-wheelers. But hey, even if you're hauling bricks, you've got more friction, more area where you could see that truck get kicked around a little bit. So you got to be mindful of that. Around big rigs, I would give them extra room in the wind. And also, I can't stress this enough, please, you know, make sure all the fluids and everything in your car. I know cars are a lot smarter than they were when I started driving, but you still have to take care. Batteries can really take a toll. And hey, electric vehicle operators, we love you, but we know your charge is not nearly as long as it would be in warmer weather. So from this, I want to share, I believe, the airports, because I was checking, we still have, you know, about 10, Newark, JFK. We've had cancellations. Not as many as I thought we would have, which is good. You know, wind is an issue, but again, they know where they're getting in and out of the wind, and all you got to do is get above that planetary boundary layer, and you're in good shape. This is Newark, and you can see relatively quiet. Look at all the snow, though. Any snow, it's just still there. It just won't melt. LaGuardia saying, see, look at that. He's saying, you know what? I've had it. I'm going to Fort Lauderdale. Oh, wait a minute. This is kind of fun. We can do this. And obviously, the pilots, there's so much great gear on these planes now. Look at this, Southwest. You know where they're going? They're going Southwest, where it's a lot warmer. I would check with your carrier. You know that. You're sophisticated because you found us, so we know that you're all hip. Some other tape we had from earlier. This is really the bottom line. First up, you're still moving all this ice and snow that's left over. Temperatures like we're dealing with this weekend will not help to mix and melt any of that away, so that's hard work. I would just, lots of layers. I just can't believe, I love this couple. They just don't have gloves on, but they're holding on to each other. So remember, wind is going to be a big issue. The wind advisory, that's for winds possibly over 50 miles an hour. Wind right now is at 40 to 45 mile an hour. These are gusts. Look at out there on the island, how wild it is. From Bridgeport to Bayshore, you're 40 plus. The Hamptons, not even 30. But when you factor in the wind and the chill, you're looking at real feel numbers, dangerously low, frostbite and hypothermia, real risk, and also your comfort. But don't forget, please heat your home and apartment safely, because we are, you know, the last thing you want to do is have to fight a fire with this kind of wind and chill. Look at it, it's still snowing out through Suffolk. We said it would, and it is. Riverhead points north and south, that brighter blue, that's almost that blinding snow. But it's the kind that'll just float around you. It's so cold. It's not a heavy, wet snow at all. Using model guidance, I just want to show you into your Saturday night fun. Look at that sweet 16. That means 16 degrees below zero for a real feel. And then as we set our sights on Sunday morning, some of the worst will be north and west, where we could see potentially wind chills at 30 degrees below zero. And into Sunday afternoon, it's no great shakes. Maybe you're getting together for a party, and it's going to be cold. And even for Monday morning, you're looking at, it's going to be a very chilly commute. But that's kind of the turnaround. By Monday afternoon, at least we have wind chills above zero. 14, not really, because with the wind, it feels colder than that. And then tonight, you're looking at 6. For your day tomorrow, it's going to start with the wind chills anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 to 25 to 30 degrees below zero. And then tomorrow is 18. So it's deceptive, meaning it's going to be bright. Say, let's go skating. I want to share a few other quick things because we have just a minute here. Some cameras, these are the World Trade Center cameras. And obviously, East River and Hudson River, the East Estuary and the Hudson River, man, those boats are not moving fast. Another camera that looks up the Hudson, there's major icing close to shore, and you can see that if you follow the line up. And then farther to the north, I was talking to New York Waterway folks, it's the Edgewater ferries because it's the upriver ice. Just want to remind you, very important ice safety. When I say obey the signs, like in my town, they post, you can skate, you can't skate. So obey the signs. You got to have at least about 4 inches. 4 inches is optimal, and you want to avoid flowing water. That's why, there's one park by me. There's like a little creek that runs through it. Well, that moving water is going to prohibit ice formation around it. So just avoid flowing water and stay covered. I mean, you got to stay covered. It is so cold, but this is the time of year where skaters want to get out there. We're on thin ice Saturday and Sunday as far as the temperatures go, and then finally we are going to be warmer midweek next week. But please take it seriously. Dangerous wind chills. We'll be checking in about an hour and keep you up to date, but want to make sure that you're staying safe with this brutal, extreme cold.